glad I took the brother's advice, man. You know, go to bed earlier, wake up earlier. You just feel a whole lot better, man. And that's exactly what I did last night. Because I was getting up a lot later than what I typically get up at. But I feel a whole lot better this morning. I think I got up around like 6:30 to 7. Around that point. But anyways, man, I came straight away over here. I didn't get no coffee, no energy drinks. Just came over here to this one little spot. I think this might be my new spot. You know, it's cloudy. Lots of traffic going by. And just a tired, worn out Hebrew just pushing through. You know, the flesh is getting weaker, but the spirit is getting stronger, man. That's all that matters. So, salutations and shalom, and to you brothers out there, family, Israel, Bethlehem, Ephrata, believers. All praises to the Most High, His only begotten Son, and the Holy Spirit, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel. Salutations to the 1/3 and the 144. So let me pan this around real quick. You know, it's been a few days since I put my face in the camera, right? I know brothers are getting tired of that. Nah, but it's all good, though. It's not about the outer appearance, it's all about the spiritual, man. And you know what, man? I'm at this little space right now. Nobody's over here, which is good. I don't like to be around a lot of people, especially with the times we're living in. If you're in the spirit, just know that you're around a bunch of AI and zombies, man. Just really recognize that, man. We're living in a dystopian society. Babylon is already through. But, you know what I was thinking about when I was coming over here, right? Because I'm looking all around me. I'm seeing this place. I'm seeing what's happening within Israel, what's happening within the Matrix. There's only a few brothers actually doing this work every day and still maintaining themselves, still going to the story, still building themselves up, because it's all about the eternal. It's all about the Lord's words. So I was thinking to myself, I'm like, well, Ahmad, you know, why are you still going? How are you still here after everything you done been through? How are you still here? This is really what I was asking myself, man, because I like to do these updates with my own spirit. Because, you know, with everything that's happening, sometimes you have to remap. Sometimes you have to, like, see where you're going, where you're at in the spirit, and make sure that you're on point. You know, because the Lord, He called us to be on point. So when I was asking myself these questions, the answer came to me like, well, you know, you've been building yourself up in the spiritual this whole time. You've been building yourself up in the eternal, and pretty much what happened was, you know, you gained some influence, you know, through the things that you did, because ultimately it was the Lord that had it happen. You've gained you gained strength, you gained courage, you gained some understanding, some wisdom, and because you were building yourself in the spiritual, you didn't care about the carnal, you didn't care about this world or everything like that. So as the world is decreasing now, the joy of the world is turning to sorrow. Guess what? Your sorrow is turning into joy. Your sorrow is turning into gladness at the end of the world, because the whole time that's what you were building yourself of. And so this is the answer that came to me, and I agree with it, because that's pretty much what I was doing, you know. And when we recognize, while we're still here, us individual brothers, right? You know, you got the 1/3, you got the 144. It's because we were building ourselves up in the eternal. It was never about the carnal. It was never about the outer appearance, man. Those that were building themselves in the outer appearance, was what the Lord is doing is He's taking all that shit away. So now what we're seeing is, we're seeing those that was really about this whole time. We're seeing the ones that was really about this work, about the Lord, about finishing this thing. You see what I'm saying? Because we're still here. I'm still here. Like I said, I'm not going anywhere, man. I'm not going anywhere. Let's just get that through our heads. And you brothers that were in the spirit, you're not going anywhere either, man. So I just wanted to say that to the spirit. The Lord, He's doing marvelous things, man. And yeah. So I didn't know what I wanted to go into in today's video, but I just opened up the book, and the Lord, He brought me to Genesis chapter 27. This is going to Isaac and Jacob and Esau. When Isaac was old, he blessed Jacob. So I'm going to start at verse 1. It said, when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim so that he could not see, he called Esau, his older son, and said unto him, my son. And he answered, here am I. And he said, behold, I am old. I do not know the days of my death. Now then, take your weapons, your quiver, and your bow, and go out to the field and hunt game for me. Now this is going to be this is not I think this is not the KJV version. This might be the other version. Just because I don't have the book of Genesis, my other source. So brothers are going to have to bear with me. It says, now then take your weapons, your quiver, and your bow, and go out to the field and hunt game for me. And prepare for me delicious food such as I love, and bring it to me so that I may eat, and that my soul may bless you before I die. So what was Isaac saying to Esau? He's old. That he wants to give them the blessing. Now Rebekah was listening when Isaac spoke to his son Esau. So when Esau went to the field to hunt for game and bring it, Rebekah said unto her son Jacob, I heard your father speak to your brother Esau. Bring me game and prepare for me delicious food that I may eat it and bless it before the Lord before I die. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice as I command you. Go to the flock and bring me 2 young goats so that I may prepare from them delicious food for your father, such as he loves. And you should bring it to your father to eat so that he may bless you before he dies. So, even though, Rebekah, she had, Esau and Jacob, she loved Jacob more. She was in favor of Jacob because she understood what was going to happen with Jacob. That was who was going to get the promise. But Jacob said unto Rebekah his mother, behold, my brother Esau is a heavy man, and I am a smooth man. Perhaps my father will feel me, and I should seem to be mocking him, and bring a curse upon myself, and not a blessing. His mother said unto him, let your curse be on me, my son. Only obey my voice, and go and bring them to me. So he went and took them and brought them to his mother, and his mother prepared delicious food such as his father loved. Then Rebekah took the best garments of Esau her older son, which were with her in the house, and put them on Jacob her younger son. And the skins of the young goats she put on his hands and on the smooth parts of his neck. And she put the delicious food and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. So he went into his father and said, my father. And he said, here am I. Who are you, my son? Jacob said to his father, I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you have told me. Now sit up and eat of my game, that your soul may bless me. What was Jacob doing, man? He was portraying as he was Esau to get that blessing. You get the story. Jacob said to his father, I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you have told me. Now sit up and eat of my game, that your soul may bless me. But Isaac said to his son, how is it that you have found it so quickly, my son? He answered, because the Lord your God granted me success. Then Isaac said to Jacob, please come near that I may feel you, my son, to know whether you are really my son Esau or not. Right? Because Isaac, he wasn't stupid, man. He's like, let me find out if you're Esau or Jacob. So Jacob went near to Isaac his father, who felt him and said, the voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he did not recognize him because his hands were hairy like his brother Esau's hand. So he blessed him. And he said, are you really my son Esau? And he said, I am. I am. Then he said, bring it near to me, that I may eat it of my son's game and bless you. So he brought it near to him, and he ate, and he brought him wine, and he drank. Then his father Isaac said to him, come near and kiss me, my son. So he came near and kissed him, and Isaac smelled the smell of his garments. Right, he wanted to make sure that was Esau right there. and smelled the smell of his garments, and blessed him, and said, see the smell of my son is as the smell of a field that the Lord has blessed. May the Most High give you the dew of the heavens and of the fatness of the earth, and plenty of grain and wine. Let people serve you, and nations bow down to you. Be Lord over your brothers, and may your mother's son bow down to you. Cursed be everyone who curses you, and blessed be everyone who blesses you. So this is pretty much the blessing of Jacob right here, that the Lord blessed Jacob, because ultimately it was Jacob's from the beginning. So when we think about Jacob, right? Who is Jacob? What does Jacob represent? What is his omen, nomen? Jacob, he's a supplanter, man. He's the heel holder. He's the one that supplants. He's the one that brings down things. In the garden, what did the Lord say to the seed of the woman? The serpent, he shall crush your head, but you shall bruise his heel. Same thing is happening over here. What is Jacob doing? He's usurping. He's a trickster, man. The former of all things. It says, and as soon as Isaac has finished blessing Jacob, when Jacob had scarcely gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, Esau his brother came in from his hunting. He also prepared delicious food and brought it to his father, and he said to his father, let my father arise and eat of his son's game, that you may bless me. His father Isaac said to him, who are you? He answered, I am your son, your firstborn Esau. Then Isaac trembled very violently and said, who was it then that hunted game and brought it to me, and I ate it all before you came, and have blessed him, and yet he shall be blessed. Isaac's like, who the hell are you? I already blessed him. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as Esau heard the voice of his father, he cried with exceeding great and bitter cry, and said to his father, bless me, even me also my father. But he said, your brother came deceitfully, and he has taken away your blessing. Sorry, Esau. Esau said, is he not rightly named Jacob? Is he not rightly named Jacob? For he has cheated me these 2 times. He's took away my birthright, and behold, now he has taken away my blessing. Then he said, have you not reserved a blessing for me? Isaac answered and said to Esau, behold, I have made him lord over you. And all his brothers I have given to him for servants, and for grain and wine I have sustained him. What then can I do for you, my son? Esau said to his father, have you but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Right, he wanted that blessing, man. You know? He wanted that blessing. You know, when I think about it, right, it kind of reminds me of I'm not even going to go there. That's a whole different topic. Yeah. Verse 38. Verse 39. Then Isaac his father answered and said to him, behold, away from the fatness of the earth shall your dwelling be, and away from the dew of heaven on high. By your sword you shall live, and you shall serve your brother. But when you grow restless, you shall break his yoke from off your neck. Now Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing which his father had blessed him. And Esau said to himself, the days of mourning for my father are approaching, then will I kill my brother Jacob. Right, because Esau, he hated Jacob. Why did he hate Jacob? Because of the blessing. You know? And ultimately, if you think about it through the spirit, it always belonged to Jacob, man. It always did. Jacob was just claiming what was rightfully his. He's a trickster. He's a usurper. But the words of Esau, her older son, were told to Rebekah. So she sent and called to Jacob, her younger son, and said to him, behold, your brother Esau comforts himself about you by planning to kill you. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice, arise and flee to Laban, my brother in Haran, and stay with him a while until your brother's fury turn away, until your brother's anger turn away from you, and he forget what you have done to him. Then I will send and bring you there. Why should I be bereft of both of you in one day? Then Rebekah said to Isaac, I loathe my life because of the Hittite woman. If Jacob marries one of the Hittite women like these, one of the women of the land, what good will my life be unto me? I'm going to keep on going. Verse 28. Then Isaac called Jacob and blessed him and directed him, you must not take a wife from the Canaanite woman. Arise and go to Padanaram, to the house of Bethuel, your mother's father, and take as your wife from one of the daughters of Laban, your mother's brother. God Almighty bless you and make you fruitful and multiply you, that you may become a company of people. May he give you the blessing of Abraham to you and to your offspring with you, that you may take possession of the land of your sojournings that God gave unto Abraham. Thus Isaac sent Jacob away, and he went to Padanaram, to Laban, the son of Bethuel the Aramean, the brother of Rebekah, Jacob and Esau's mother. Now Esau saw that Isaac had blessed Jacob and sent him away to Padanaram to take a wife from there, and that he blessed him as he directed him. It says, you must not take a wife from the Canaanite woman, and that Jacob had obeyed his father and his mother and had gone to Padanaram. So when Esau saw that the Canaanite woman did not please Isaac his father, Esau went to Ishmael and took as his wife, besides the wives that he had, Melalife, the daughter of Ishmael, Abraham's son, the sister of Nebaioth. Jacob left Beersheba and went towards Haran. And he came to a certain place and stayed there that night because the sun had set. Taking one of the stones of the place, he put it under his head and laid it in a place to sleep. And he dreamed, and behold, there was a ladder set up on the earth, and the top of it reached to the heavens. And behold, the angels of the Most High were ascending and descending on it. What is that ultimately talking about? The angels. What do we have the ability to do? To go up and down. You know, that's what Jacob saw. He saw the angels coming up and going up, coming down and going up. You see? That's the first fruit, people. That's me. And behold, the Lord stood above and said, I am the Lord, the God of Abraham, your father, and the God of Isaac. The land on which you lie I will give to you and to your offspring. Your offspring shall be like the dust of the earth, and he shall spread abroad to the west, and to the east, and to the north, and to the south. And in you and all your offspring shall all the families of the earth be blessed. Behold, I am with you, and will keep you wherever you go, and will bring you back to this land. For I will not leave you until I have done that which I have promised you. Then Jacob arose from his sleep and said, Surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it. And he was afraid and said, How awesome is this place! This is none other than the house of the Most High, and this is the gate of heaven. So early in the morning, and Jacob took the stone that he had put under his head, and set it for a pillar, and poured oil upon it. And he called the name of that place Bethel, but the name of the city was Luz at the first. Then Jacob made a vow, saying, Interesting. I'm starting to notice a lot more planes and helicopters and, military fly in the cities, man. It's just the strangest thing. 'Cause right now I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. We're in that time, people. That's why it's all about the eternal. Genesis 28 and verse 20. Then Jacob made a vow, saying, If God will be with me, and will keep me in the way that I go, and will give me bread to eat and clothing to wear, so that I come again to my father's house in peace, then the Lord shall be my God. And this stone which I have set up for a pillar shall be God's house, and of all that you should give me, I will give a full tenth to you. So why can I continue? Why do I have this gift? Why do I have these certain gifts in the storehouse? Because I was given that tenth. I was given a certain portion from the Most High, man. It goes back to the Benjamites and the Levites and the porters and the singers, man. On the brother Benjamin, he goes more into it. He understands it. But that's pretty much going to be the whole video. So what is Jacob known as? He's a supplanter, man. He is going to supplant you. He is going to take down, he is going to grab you by the heel and fucking bring your ass down, man. Because that's who the birthright belongs to. I am Jacob. Whether you believe it or not. And so with that, all praises to the Most High, His only begotten Son, and the Holy Spirit. Salutations to the 1/3 man, woman, and children, and to the 144,000, man. You brothers out there, keep the faith and stay strong, man. Shalom.